Shalom, Grec du Nouveau Testament, Lesson 2, New Testament Greek, Lesson 2, Lesson 2. In this lesson, we continue practicing reading Greek. We read from Luke chapter 3, 28 to 30 first. 28. Tu melchi, tu adi, tu kosam, tu elmadam, tu ir. Do you remember this one is diphthong? U. Tu is not t, is t. Tu. Melchi, he. Tu adi. Even though there are two delta, we just pronounce only one. Adi. Tu kosam. Tu elmadam, this is elmadam. Tu ir, this is ita, elmadam, tu ir. This capital letter is like this one. Here is small letter e. Here is the capital. Again, tu melchi, tu adi, tu kosam, tu elmadam, tu ir. Now, verse 29, tu isu, iota, e. There are two e's here. You can pronounce e or e, it doesn't matter. Tu isu, another diphthong here, isu. Tu Eliezer, it's not diphthong here, Eliezer. Tu iorim, you may pronounce yo together, yorim, tu yorim. Tu mathat, one more time. Tu theta, we pronounce just one theta. Mathat. Tu levi, okay, this is a diphthong. E together, f or ev. In this case, because of the following vowel sound, so we pronounce levi. This is lambda, levi. Again, tu isu, tu Eliezer, tu yorim, tu mathat, tu levi. 30. Tu Simeon. Do you remember this one? Epsilon we pronounce in modern Greek e. Simeon. Tu Iuda. Tu Yo or Iosif. Tu Yosef. Tu Yonam. I prefer Yo instead of Eo. Tu Yonam. Tu Eliakim. Okay, again. Tu Simeon. Tu Iuda. Tu Yosef. Tu Yonam. Tu Eliakim. Now from verse 28 to 30, a little bit faster. Tu melchi, tu adi, tu kosam, tu elmadam, tu ir, tu isu, tu Eliezer, tu yorim, tu mathat, tu levi, tu Simeon, tu Iuda, tu Yosef, tu Yonam, tu Eliakim. Now we continue Luke chapter 3 verses 31 to 34 and 38. 31. Tu melea, tu mena, tu matatha, tu natham, tu David. Did you follow me? Just let us make it slower. Tu melea, tu mena, tu matatha, tu natham, tu David. You have to be careful with this diphthong. Epsilon together, af or av. Okay, there is a vowel sound which is following this diphthong. Then we have to pronounce David. It's not David. David. Okay, this is David. The King David. Again, tu melea, tu mena, tu matatha, tu natham, tu David. Now verse 32, tu ye, you can pronounce ye together, two vowels together, yese. Okay, here's again diphthong, a, it becomes e. There is an accent here. Tu yese, tu yo, I pronounce together, eo together, yo vid. This is a V sound. Yovid, tu vos, tu Salah, tu nason. Again, tu Yesse, tu Yovid, tu vos, tu Salah, tu nason. 33. Tu Aminadab, tu Admin, tu Arni, tu Esrom, tu Fares, tu Yehuda. Easier, right? Tu Aminadab, tu Admin, tu Arni, tu Esrom, tu Fares, tu Yehuda. 34. Tu Ia, you can pronounce Ya, the vowels together. Yaakov, Jacob. Tu Isaac, tu Avram, tu Thara, tu Nahor. One more time. Tu Yaakov, tu Isaac, tu Avram, tu Thara, tu Nahor. Verse 38. Tu Enos, tu Sith, tu Adam. Okay, this is Adam. Tu Adam, tu Theu. Who is this guy? Theu means God. Okay, it is altered a little bit because the Greek language, many words will be changed. Depends on its position or its function. Okay, tu Theu, of God. Actually, tu is an article of the God. Of course, we don't put the in English, okay? Tu Enos, tu Sith, tu Adam, tu Theu. Okay, let's pronounce from 31 to 38, a little bit faster. Tu Melea, tu Mena, tu Matatha, tu Natham, tu David, tu Yesse, tu Yovid, tu Vos, tu Salah, tu Nason, tu Aminadab, tu Admin, tu Arni, tu Esrom, tu Fares, tu Yehuda, tu Yaakov, tu Isaac, tu Avram, tu Thara, tu Nahor, tu Enos, tu Sith, tu Adam, tu Theu. Simply you have to repeat, listen to it a lot, and you have to pronounce loud, very loud. Then you can get it. People say in English, it is Greek to me. When they say this sentence, it means I don't understand. It is Greek to me, which means many people who speak English, especially, they consider the Greek language is one of the most difficult languages in the world to understand, to learn. That's why they say it is Greek to me. I agree. In a sense, the Greek language is really difficult. The reason is that many words in Greek can be altered, can be changed in the sentence. It depends on its use and meaning and function, etc. That's the Greek. How they just make the forms in the sentence. There are two types of changing system. We call this inflection and the grammar and linguistics. There are two types of inflection. One is declension. Perhaps you don't understand what I'm talking about. Another one is conjugation. Declension means it's a changing system, altering system of the noun group. I'll explain what is the noun group, okay, later. And conjugation is the changing system of verb, how it changes. I mean, I say, you say, he says. Okay, in English, there is a little bit change. In French, there is more. I say, you say. In English, the same say stays the same word. But in Greek, they have different, endings. There's the Greek. Everything is different. The verb change we can understand. How about the group of nouns? I mean, a noun, pronoun, article, adjective. All these things you can put into a group. I call them a noun group. That's better to understand the Greek language. In this noun group, they also change. Even the article in English, you have just one the. Sometimes even though you pronounce the, actually, they are the same thing. The. There's only one the. But in Greek, there are so many the's. There are so many forms. That is called declension, the changes different forms of one article or noun or adjective or numbers. All this called declension. You have so many different forms for one word. It's really head aching. Okay, that is Greek. So the people say it is Greek to me. How about the conjugation, the changing system of verb? Well, in French, you know different forms for every verb. There's much true in Greek. There are so many forms. If you try to memorize all the different forms of any verb, it is really, really difficult to learn the language. So I have to make it very simple. Anyway, conjugation is the changing system of the verb, and declension is the changing system of the noun group. Not only noun, but also article and adjective, also numbers. I have many years of teaching experience of this language, and I found out there's one convenient system, which I made. Actually, you can divide all the words into 4 groups. Then I think it's really helpful. First group among all the words of the Greek Bible is indeclinable words. I mean, there's no change. Just they stick to one form. For example, preposition. There are just few prepositions, not so many words. Adverb proper, there are not so many adverb proper. Of course, there are many adverbs from adjective. That's different system. Okay, adverbs, and also conjunction and but, therefore, such things. Interjection, okay, is common to any language. All these words, they are indeclinable. They don't change. So when you meet such words, you have to just memorize one by one. There's no way, another way, okay? Indeclinable. So it's like learning Chinese language. You have to learn one by one, okay? This is one group, the first group. And the second group, there are words, they are changed, they are altered in the sentence by declension. Declension is a changing system of the noun group, like article, noun, pronoun, adjective, and numeral. 1, 2, 3, 4. Numeral. Okay, they change by this system, declension. Okay, this is one group. So I just try to put all these parts of speech as one group, the noun group. I don't want to divide between them, noun and pronoun. You may consider noun is the same thing like pronoun. It's the same thing as adjective. Okay, that's better for your understanding. And the third one is inflectional words by conjugation, so-called verb. I don't say the verb group, there's simply verb. Okay, I don't say verbs, just simply verb. But there is an exception. There is participle. What is participle? Well, it's really, a little bit tricky. So I put in the fourth group, participle. What is participle? I just say in this way. Okay, this is, just to help you understand the concept of participle. I say actually participles, these words were born, I just use this expression, in verbs. Actually, they belong to verb, but they decide to move, emigrate to the noun group. So they are altered according to declension. Where is here? The declension, like the noun group. But still they are keeping some features of verb. Okay, these are participles. So I just put them in the last category. Okay, indeclinable words like preposition, adverb, and conjunction and interjection. Also, the second group is the noun group. They are altered by the declension, and the third group is verb. Is really difficult here. Okay, the fourth group is participle, very unique. It was born in the noun group. In the verb, and moved out to the noun group. So they are changed by like the noun, but they are retaining some features of verb. Okay, these 4 groups, very convenient. There's nothing special I have to explain about the non-inflectional group. when you meet them, one by one, you have to learn one by one as you learn the Chinese characters. There's no special way. About the noun group, they are altered by the system of declension. When we say declension, you have to consider several factors. One is gender, the second one is number, and the third one is case. Okay, I think you can understand gender and number without any problem. How about the case, where French language doesn't express the case as the Greek does? So perhaps I need to explain a little bit about the case. Anyway, just review again. What is the noun group? Article, noun, pronoun, adjective, and also numerals, where you can include also participle. They belong to this group, okay? But I just put participle in the fourth group, so just exclude it. Declension, okay, you have to consider first gender. They are altered, the words are altered by gender, okay? Every words, article and noun, even pronoun, not for all, adjective and numeral, not for every word. They are either masculine or feminine or neuter. Of course, I say numeral doesn't have neuter, but adjective has three of them. Also, noun has three of them. Pronoun, you can express neuter, sometimes not, okay? Depends. Article and noun they can be one of them. Article has three of them. Noun can be one of them, okay? That's the system. Gender, there are three genders: masculine, feminine, neuter. We cannot decide. Simply, it is decided in the language itself, so nobody can change it. We have to accept it. To understand the Greek text, sometimes the gender you will find is not so important, but you have to know, what that is. Number is not numeral. Number is not 1, 2, 3. That means singular, plural. You may express, in declension, for example, article, you have singular form of article, you have plural form of article. Noun, the same story. Pronoun, same story. Adjective, the same story, okay? How about the case? Here are two systems at least to call the cases. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perhaps I have to use first or second, third, fourth, or 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just prefer 1, 2, 3, 4. Case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4. Another option is nominative, genitive, dative, accusative. What are these? Well, I need to explain this in the scriptures itself, in the passages. Without the text, I cannot explain this, okay? And even though I can explain, it's not so effective in a sense. I mean, it's not easy to just catch up the meaning, real meaning. Nominative, usually you say subject. Genitive, you understand. Dative is kind of indirect objective, but it's not true always, okay? Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. Accusative, you may call it direct objective. It's sometimes true, sometimes not. Well, then I have to still say a little bit about the case. Well, the case means what is the function of a certain word of the noun group. The function as a subject or as something objective. You have to express that. You can express it in Greek, and they will be altered. The forms will be altered. That's the Greek. It's very complicated. Where for students, perhaps gender is okay. For some languages, there are. A number is fine. You have in English, you have in French also. But case usually is not expressed in many languages. Okay, so you have to just pay attention to this case. And I also found out the best way to deal with this declension is just to memorize the declension of the definite article. Just article, we call it article, because in Greek there is no indefinite article. There's only definite article. So you may simply call it article. Okay, why? This is the basis for all the other declension patterns. Once you memorize this pattern, this paradigm, I think you don't have to memorize other declension patterns. Okay, for nouns and numbers, even pronouns, I don't think you have to memorize them. Simply, you have to memorize this. It's really helpful. So let's go. You have In English, you have just one the. That's the article, definite article they call it. But in Greek, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 6, and 24 altogether. Why? Because you have to express number, singular and plural. You have to also express the cases, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to express also the genders, masculine, feminine, neutral. So altogether, it becomes 24 different forms. It looks very complicated, but the best thing in the Greek, you can express exactly what you want to say. Okay, that's a good point. Okay, we memorize this way. First singular, we start singular, and the first case, case 1, nominative. O, I, to. Okay, in seminaries, they usually pronounce ho, he, to. Ho, he, to. Why ho? Here is the sign here. It indicates the H sound, but in modern Greek, they don't pronounce, as I said. They pronounce this one e, but we pronounce in modern way e without the H sound, so o, e. How about to? We pronounce to in the modern way, but they just like English to. I don't like it. O, I, to. That's the way we pronounce. Okay, o, I, to. And we continue. The second case, do, this, do. Okay, do is masculine, this is feminine, neuter is do again. Do is like masculine. Do, this, do. Do, di, do. Do you remember this iota subscript? Even though we should write, but we don't pronounce. Do you remember this accent? Well, forget about it. Do, di, do. It's not doi, it's not di, it's not doi, it's simply do, di, do. Here again, the neuter form do, the third case, case 3, the same as the masculine form. Do, di, do. Don, din, do. Don, din, do. How about plural? Okay, the first case, I, e, ta. Okay, in seminaries, they usually pronounce hoi. Okay, do you see the sign here? Hai. They don't pronounce it as a diphthong. Hoi, hai, ta. That's the way. Hoi, hai, ta. But we pronounce I, e, ta. I, e, ta, according to the modern way. Well, there's tiny problem. I, do you hear this? Without H sound, also making it diphthong, is sound like this one. It sounds like this, I. Okay, so you have to also just do handwriting. You need handwriting. You have to practice writing by your hand, okay? I, e, ta. Don, 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 they are the same. Don, 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 plural, second case. Don, don, don. This, we don't pronounce toys, not dip, but this. Des, not ties, des, this. These are diphthongs. This, des, this. Again, a neuter form is the same as the masculine form. This, des, this. Dus, das, da. Do you see? U is a diphthong. Dus, das, da. Okay, one more time. O, I, do. Do, this, do. Do, di, do. Don, din, do. I, e, da. Don, 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 this, des, this, dus, das, da. Do you know why I say the declension of the article is very important? In the Greek language, the articles, they are used everywhere, even in front of proper nouns. For example, Jesus, you cannot put the Jesus. You cannot put le Jésus. You don't say that way. But in Greek, it's better to put o like here, o Isus. It sounds good in Greek, okay? O Isus. They actually put a lot. So, in many words of the noun group, because you have the article before it, you know the function of the word, okay? You know the gender. You can find out if it's singular or plural. You can find out what kind of case it is, okay? That is article. So this is the basis, the basic for all the other declension patterns. So you have to memorize. This is the good start. Okay, one more time. O, I, do, this, do, di, do, don, din, do, I, e, da, don, this, this, do, sta. Not only you have to just memorize by reading, also you have to just write a lot of times, just handwriting, because they are so the same pronunciation for different words. One more time. O, I, do, this, do, di, do, don, din, do, I, da, don, this, do, sta.